love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Sunshine, sunshine, it's fine. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa, let it shine. Whoa,
We're here. We made it. It's time. We've reached the end of The Last of Us. We were at spring. It's where we left off earlier, a couple days ago. Monday? What day is it now? Every day is the same. It's same day. It's someday. We're at spring. This is it. This is the end game of The Last of Us. Arguably one of the more emotional journeys I've gone on in a video game. Quite the roller coaster it is, despite that, it shoots you out fast, right? Just boom. We'll get more into it, I'm sure, as we finish it. I'll get in the weeds more about how I feel with it so far, or how I feel with it, as a whole. But we're here. We're at spring. Should we just get into it? Just finish it? Just start the end. Start the stop. I don't know how ready I am to, obviously not say goodbye, because part 2 is coming in a couple months and we still have Left Behind later this week on another stream. But I don't know. This has got its roots in me, its hooks in me more than I would have anticipated. Hope everybody is having a good day as well. It's quarantine day 4 for some of us, 5, 7. It's not mandatory yet, here at least.
Feel that breeze, huh? I tell you, on a day like this, I just sit on my porch, pick away my 6-string. Yeah, once we're done with this whole thing, I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar. Yeah, I reckon you'd really like that. What do you say, huh? Ellie, I'm talking to you.
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Man. Kind of like, I know this came first, but kind of like Horizon in the fact that they really took advantage, I talked about this on another stream, but took advantage of the various terrains that you find in this country, like the mountainous regions, the more wet areas, the more not civil, but I guess populated, densely populated industrial areas, using Pittsburgh and things like that, and really using it different, right? And Last of Us, it's more almost like a character. The world itself's like a character, and the world's itself like a character in The Last of Us, but it's almost more of a backdrop or of a landscape, the different regions and things like that. Whereas with Horizon, it's traversed, it's examined upon, it's up close, it's personal, it's everything. And The Last of Us utilizes this so differently, but still so beautifully. And I know, this is a 7-year-old game, remastered and all that shit, but just what a great use of, surrounding areas. Just smart. Beautiful. For everything being as dead as it is, everything still feels alive to an extent, if you know what I mean. Man, you know what? I knew exactly what to expect. I don't think a lot of people did, especially given how Xbox. First off, how are you? Hey, thanks for coming by. Given how Xbox, has been doing all these super in depth, not in depth, but cool hype videos almost explaining everything and really getting into the weeds to an extent.
Another city, another abandoned quarantine zone.
Sony did something similar when they first introduced the PS4, where it was very Mark Cerny heavy. It was very tech jargon. It was the look at the million physics-based objects we can have on the screen at once, which we eventually saw come to fruition in a game who is now escaping me. The Freakers and Days Gone. We kind of saw that really get utilized. But it was very dry, very tech heavy, and this is what I expected. I mean, with GDC having gotten canceled, this was a very GDC presentation, and Jim Ryan even opened it with, "Hey, this is our GDC presentation." What's up, Jake? I like how you announce yourself every time.
That hospital the Firefly mentioned.
But in terms of like the presentation itself, it's exactly what I expected. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is your first one. So okay, not a huge thing. That you really, really have to look into Sony's wording when they say like, I don't want to sit there and say they'll let you know when to be hyped. Like they're very manage your expectations, but they will let you know when it's going to be dry and when it is going to be like a, hey, like don't like temper your expectations, please, because like when they toss around things like deep dive and system architecture and Mark Cerny, like chill. It's not going to be anything flashy. It's going to be very dev friendly, very tech heavy, very like everything. But
Maybe we cut through here, huh?
I saw a lot because I watched it on PlayStation's live stream on YouTube, and I would turn the chat on because sometimes I hate myself, and there was just so much shit talking, and it's like, okay, like I get it, like some of y'all had some crazy expectations, but like shit talking Mark Cerny, who is undisputably one of the smartest men on the planet, is some bullshit. Like Mark, when they bring Mark Cerny out, like there's a reason. It's almost like listening to like a tech Jesus speak. Xbox gives you the top of the line tech, but not for gaming. PlayStation adapts to the video. Yeah, and I mean a lot of people were really tossing around the whole like, hold on, let's talk to Ellie here.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You just kind of seem extra quiet today.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's fine.
It's a thing too where people were like, "Oh, specs, Xbox Series X is more powerful." Like, okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's not going to be Xbox's message this generation. Is yes, they will say it's the best place to play. It's the games look best here on Xbox Series X. Whatever. But they said the same with the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, and it's true. Like, there's no disputable fact there. It's Coke is better than Pepsi, but in this instance, Coke actually doesn't sell as well as Pepsi. But it's a thing too where how do you use the tech? It's how I always say I don't like the whole a bad carpenter blames his tools kind of thing. It's like, well, is he using the great tools fucked up? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can blame your tools all you want. Either way, that statement goes both ways. It's that thing where Sony has the games. They have the games that you can only play on Sony consoles. I think Microsoft's really going to make the message about compatibility, about accessibility, and about yeah. There was another ability I threw in on Twitter, and I don't remember what it was. Compatibility, accessibility, and it honestly doesn't matter. It's probably not that big of a deal. I'm just mad I can't remember the word, to be totally frank. Let me find it, because I was talking with Twitch.tv's very own Bond Diesel. So if you like The Division, make sure you follow that man. He does great content, and he's also a dad, and we all need hugs sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, availability, compatibility, and accessibility was what I said. They're going to be, hey, we not only do we have the most powerful system, we're going to be the easiest way for you to play our games, or just play God, fucking Stadia. That thing's already a bust. I mean, again, huge deal in getting
Ellie.
Shannon Stoodstill and everything to lead a studio,
Ellie.
but
What?
like I've said with
What?
Xbox's acquisitions, their acquisitions have been great. It's going to be still a couple more years before those trees bear fruit. But Xbox's message is going to be not so much like, not only are we the best place to play our games, we're going to be the most convenient place to play. Like on your phone, on your tablet, on your iPad, on your TV, on whatever. So it's kind of one of those where I think the messaging is going to be different. PS4 is going to be, yeah, we have the games, we have the, you know, the Naughty Dogs, we have the studio stable, we have all that stuff, and they know their hardware. You know, it seems like it's a lot of proprietary stuff that they've done with AMD and cross development like that. So they're going to know, and having easily some of the most talented people on their roster of creative directors and producers and animators and things like that, they're going to know how to work that tech. And so even if it is a less powerful system,
Ellie?
it's not going to totally play to a disadvantage. I think people losing sight of that, they just want to run specs side by side and say one's immediately better and
What
that's
is it?
it. But we know that's not the case. And we know it doesn't work like that, right? Because PS3 was far superior power-wise than the 360, and we all saw how that worked out. That thing didn't... By the end of it, the sales were even, which is a surprisingly little-known fact.
Are you kidding me?
But, you know, for those first, like, while, like, Jesus Christ. I'm not sold on either yet, but... Yeah, and I mean, PC is always an option, too. And again, that's where Microsoft has an advantage, is, like, they can day and date their games, PC, and the full backwards compatibility. For me, like, I know where my heart is. I know where my head is with it. I'm not a specs guy. I'm not a tech guy. Like, just give me the games. And for me, still, like, even looking forward right now, you know, we only know about, like, Godfall and Halo Infinite in terms of, like, either systems deals. But I just want to see, make sure I'm not missing anything. When it's all said and done, you know, the games I want to play, I know where to play them. So... I may wait a year to get PS5 because of all the games. Yeah, and I mean, there's that, and then... Aw. Dude, my son loves giraffes.
Don't scare him.
Fucking loves them. Love that kid. Yeah, like, I see I know what you mean by we don't need it yet, but like in the sense of like generation longevity, we're past it. We're past the point of needing one. But I think I mean, I'm not shocked like that we're here, you know. But I want to see more, you know. I want to see more of what's gonna come. I want to see, like, when they're talking about, like, oh, like, Spider-Man's gonna run better. Like, how hard would that have been just to fucking whip that out? I guess difficult, because you would have had to, like, almost accidentally show the system or whatever. I don't know. But, like, damn. Snag one of those. And, like, we don't know pricing, and in this current climate, like, $500 was already a lot, but, like, now $500 is, like, a lot. So it's,
Oh, man.
you know, this is a total variable that you can't expect for.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Go back to Tommy's. Just be done with this whole damn thing.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. Can't be for nothing.
This Jake over here calling people out. What's up? Dude, let him creep, man. If he wants to lurk, he can lurk. Who gives a shit? You know?
Look, I know you mean well, but there's no halfway with this.
The cutscenes are
Once
so
we're
good.
done, we'll go wherever you want,
Like,
okay?
I ain't leaving without you. So let's go wrap this
need
up.
them chat numbers. Yeah. You know, I don't think I'm ever gonna hit build a community.
piece of cake.
Hey, hi Cam, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming. Thanks for following. We got anything in here? No. We got anything in here? No. Miss Winter Senior, dude. Winter. So, once we finish this, if y'all want to hang back for a few, I'll run you through my entire thought of the whole game, almost season by season. Definitely deep dive from like Winter on to this, because I think there's such a stark like dichotomy in the seasons and in like contrast between the two and the moods. Oh, you fell asleep watching, huh? Cool, thanks, man. But yeah, this game is I was talking to a friend over text that The Last of Us is the first game since Horizon where I didn't want it. I don't
This place takes me
want
back.
to end.
How
Like
so?
I don't want it to finish, and I know we
It
still
was
have the
right after
DLC,
everything went down.
but
I ended up in a triage just like
uh,
this.
taking
believe
it like a step further into like books and comics. I know there's the American Dreams comic series, like short run, and I'll probably definitely check that out after, like almost immediately after I'm done playing this. But oh, when you had to go to sleep, got it. I was like, thanks, man. But
I'm sorry, Joel.
where I'm like, I want to know more.
That's okay, Ellie.
And it doesn't even have to be more of these characters, you know. Like I want to know more, see more, like feel more of this world, the same way I did and do with Horizon. That's why I'm really hoping Free Comic Book Day doesn't get canceled, because there's a Horizon comic and I want it. But yeah, like I'm not ready, and I'm so glad I waited until we're, you know, only months away from the sequel, because I'm not ready to like leave this. I really never thought I was going to feel that way about this game. Yeah. El Diablo ammo. I love the just the universal shit's about to go down stuff that you just you know. That would be nice. Armor piercing. Armor piercing. No. Let's see. Let's get you up here. And then we're also maining this pistol, right? So we got that going for us. Cool.
This'll do just fine.
Oh, I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. You beat The Witcher 3. That's a thing people do? I didn't know that was a thing people do. I just thought they put The Witcher in their system and then just slowly rotted as the flesh fall off their bone and the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours that is The Witcher 3 and its DLC. I didn't know people actually beat that game. Do you yourself become a Witcher when you beat The Witcher 3? Do I have a brick? I had a bottle. Do that. And then what can I craft? Thank God. Nope. I'm gonna regret that decision. No, I won't. I can do it again. Okay, that should be good. No, you don't. Ah, it's a bummer. Okay.
Hey, Joel. I got something for you.
What you got there?
Here. Maria showed this to me, and
You should become a
Stole it.
Witcher for beating The Witcher 3, 'cause that
Hope
takes
you
some
don't mind.
dedication. Oh, God. I can't.
No matter how hard you try,
I can't handle it.
I guess you can't escape your past. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we close. I don't... Depending on what time we finish this, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I know, like, I'm going to do Left Behind, but I want to kind of save that for a full run. Like, the next stream. So I might pop into another game once we're done here. Just, again, depending on time. 'Cause, you know, despite the
this
fact
time
that
it's gonna be different. I just know
the
it.
world
What do you mean?
has
They're gonna be there. The
come to a
Fireflies.
grinding halt.
I'm sure
Still
of
got
it.
to work. Still playing UFC 3, waiting for Persona 5 Royal. Dude, I've heard such good things about Persona 5 Royal already. Like, review-wise. Like, the review scores have been insane. UFC 3. I have many hours logged in that thing. Many, many hours. I'm terrible in the submission game. Actually, God damn, it will have been 2 years ago. So we'll say a year and a half ago, just so I feel young. When I did a Extra Life fundraiser at a bar nearby. Oh shit, that's a bad old shit, right? UFC 3 was a big hit. You had to pay $1 to play me, but we would just do the knockouts mode. So, oh shoot. Oh. Ah. Spore. Woo. We've been jammed. Joel. Ah, shit. That was a fun night. I had a good time. I wish I was able to have done it again last year, but life got the best of me. So we're not going to do it that way. Although I liked that way. The Corona. We don't speak its name here. Yeah, we did the knockouts mode. God, that mode is so fun, especially if you're shitty at the stand-up game. Like, it's very easy to be. It didn't hear or see me, correct? I think I got a scope on this boy. Actually, can we just do this? Like, what's the reach on this? I feel like it's not very good. That's WrestleMania being the performance center. You gotta do what you gotta do. You can't cancel that shit, you know? Ah! Christmas. But, I'm not a huge fan, actually. I don't mind it being the performance center. That's whatever. I actually... Oh, shit. Elk. Where you at, girl? Joel, what is this? What is it you were doing? I don't like it. It's just announced as being split over 2 days. I don't even low-key hate that. I flat out just despise that idea. Like, I am way against it. Because at that point, if you gotta make that shit 2 days, like, you got some fucking chicanery up your sleeve or something where, like, congratulations, you've booked too much wrestling. Oh shit, clickery dick. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shift. Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, really, I'm low on health? What gives you that idea? Is it the fact that I'm low on health? Come on, you got it. You got it, bud. You got it, bud. Woohoo! Spores! We've been spored. Oh, God. No, don't punch it. Don't punch it. Oh, God. Jesus. 8 matches, 4 for... Just... Like, give me less wrestling. Why has it got to be 17 matches? You know, like I said, if you've got to make it that fucking long, like, maybe just chill. But I know it makes sense. They would never cancel it. Like, Vince is crazy. I do not think Vince McMahon is crazy enough to cancel his, you know, prized buttercream. But like, it's a situation where like maybe less would be more. But in the Performance Center, I'm excited about. I think that's a really cool venue. I think it's a really cool thing for them to have. Oh. We should take out him first. Just spitballing ideas. Where's that Boomer Sooner? Oh, there's old Clunky Dunk. Old Clunky Duckling. Oh boy, you gotta swap. That's working out smoothlier. Like, to be totally honest, that was a... See, now we're cooking. Ah! You gave me the spores. Yo, dog, you need that, son. Jesus Christ, Joel, come on. No man is immune to my fire. There we go. There we go. I feel like the wrestling without a crowd is just going to show up. It doesn't, because it's really hard to, like, pop for big shit when you don't have, like, that anticipation and that build from the crowd and the audience. But, like, I think if you do the matches right, it's gonna be really cool. And I think they're gonna pump it with essential personnel. So if they got to put the crowd with people in there, they're gonna put a good crowd in there. Let's see here. What do I think of the PS specs earlier? It's I wasn't anticipating a whole lot. Like, I got what I anticipated. We were talking about that earlier. Just in that when I'll just give the abridged version. When they toss out the words deep dive, architecture, Mark Cerny, and GDC, like, don't expect a party or like anything like super bombastic. It's gonna be what it was, and that was their GDC presentation. And it's just dry as fuck. But I could listen to Mark Cerny talk all day. Dude, Mark Cerny made fucking Crash Bandicoot, alright? He is an OG Naughty Dog guy. So don't come in here and tell me that dude sucked. That dude is Galaxy Brain. Ah, shoot. No, I'm trying to shoot him in the bottoms. 'Cause, 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 'c Husker Du, Clickery Man. I would have said E3 or like around that time, but clearly that's not the case. I don't know. If I want to be stupidly presumptuous and be like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if? May 5th is a Tuesday, so why not details on the PS5 on 5/5? And on a Tuesday, no less. Yeah, I've heard and definitely agreed with the Dana Carvey part before. He has that look about him, but so I know I told this story on the podcast at some point, and I had heard it on a podcast myself, but damn it. Oh yeah. There's a story. Mark Cerny went to out to France to Quantic Dream and to look at Detroit, and they showed him this big demo. It may have been the demo, the hostage situation demo, the Connor one. Couldn't think of the character's name. And he watches this demo, and they're like, at the end of it, just like, yeah, so like, what'd you think? And Mark Cerny allegedly just said something along the lines of, it's a shame about your lighting. And like, that was it. And it threw Quantic Dream into a frenzy, because they were just like, what's wrong with our lighting? What about our lighting? Oh my god, there's something wrong with our lighting? Are you kidding? Well, they're just mad. Look at this Bloomtown. Look at this bloomin' onions over there. We'll make it. We'll survive. If we can make it through this, we can make it through having to wait for console news, you know? Man, these guys got butts that don't quit, do they? Ah, hello. Thanks, Allie. Oh. We've been spoiled. Oh, God, there's another one. Spoiled again. Whew. Climb and flame down. Don't gotta. Don't gotta.
We killed him. I think we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I think we're good. It's time to love it or leave it. Like the podcast? Oh, fuck. Why is it... Oh, shit. I can't see. I can't see. This is kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. Just like bringing all that shit in the dark. That was a pretty cool move. I like that. It's a shame about your lighting. You dick. Yoink, 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 yoink. No, 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 no. Health overall. What, we got anything out that other end? Yeah. I'm pretty transparent. I'm pretty easy to read. Oh hell yeah. Give me them keys, Satan. Oh, things are about to get hella fucked, aren't they? Yo, hi, whoopsie. Okay. So people or clickers? Because either way, it's a monster closet. Or is it going to be one of those classic Naughty Dog boths?
There's so many of them.
I know, let's just keep at it.
Oh, jeez. So I'm guessing I will die no fewer than 15 times. So do I need to be walking like this? Noted. For the split in the audience starts. Okay, okay. I saw an arrow. Yep, I want that arrow. Man, Joe, you gotta go to fucking the Naughty Dog School of Climbing. Because clearly you did not graduate. Did you only get like your associates in it? God, Ellie. What are you doing? Oh my God. It should be something. Don't put it there. Just have it serve as a barrier. White man can't jump. Tell that to Nathan fucking Drake, alright? Nathan Drake jumps like a champion jumper. Well, I'm way off base. I just wanted to go exploring, I guess. Oh, they wouldn't have put it there if it didn't need to be there. But joke's on
You
me.
can shove that crate down.
No sweat.
You know what? I went the way I chose. Whoop. Alley-oop.
Okay. Look out below.
Look at her even. Hey, it was yellow. I had to go look. The Naughty Dog rule of yellow.
Watch your step. That water looks pretty deep.
Hey, that's what we can do once we're done.
What's that?
You can teach me how to swim.
You got it.
It's a Class A Half-Life reference and I demand respect.
We can't reach that.
What if I told you? I wouldn't have gotten that.
I'm on the other side. All right.
Good, I'm glad.
Hold on.
Because, like, I do not have a whole like boatload of experience because like you gotta figure. So Half-Life came out. Young Alex is just looking for his next Doom. You know, he's done Doom. He's done Doom 2. And he's tried Hexen. He's done Quake, you know. And there's some deep cuts. So I popped into Half-Life and it just wasn't doing it for me. And then I mean I was so young, right, that I never like really went back to it or tried the other ones.
I'm gonna need Ellie for this.
So I gotta find some shit. Do I gotta find some underwater shit? Or is it above water shit? Because that looks like a place I can go up. Yeah. Look at Joel getting the ladder for once. Good man. Orange box. So I didn't really know what it was. I was working at GameStop. It was my second year there. And we weren't getting a lot of copies. And I hadn't pre-ordered
Stick to the
one.
edge.
And so I was
Shallow over
leaving.
there.
And I forgot to actually pre-order a copy. And so I had given, before I like signed out, and I just didn't feel like dealing with all the paperwork you have to do for an employee transaction.
Freezing!
So I gave my friend $5. She was, you know, going back to work. I was like, hey, like, can you just pre-order Orange Box for me? And she's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Totally forgot. We sold out of Orange Box. Never got Orange Box. I ended up playing Portal in 2011, the year Portal 2 came out. And dude, we couldn't keep Orange Box in stock. And then when it finally came to PS3, we got so little of it ever traded. Oh shit. We got so little of it traded in
You
that
okay?
Yeah.
it was always super expensive on resale.
Man, I can't wait for those things.
So I just never got to it. And then, like I said, I got Portal in the Steam sale and finally played that in 2011. Jumped right into Portal 2. And that's one of my favorite games ever. That Portal 2, if there is a favorite game that I have that I always forget about, it's that one. Where, like, if I made my 20 favorite games of all time, I would get to Portal 2 probably around, like, the 19th or 20th, but it would be in, like, my top 6. Oh, nice. Portal. Also a cross-play game.
That should help us out.
Because you could play that online with
Watch your head.
Steam peeps.
There you go.
Fucking Street Fighter 4. I, again, in my youth, was, like, fighting games were my specialty. Like, would blow through Tekkens, would blow through Street Fighter 2, or Super Street Fighter 2, rather, I guess. I don't think I had Turbo. But, like, Tekken, anything like that. Like, I would go to Best Buy when they'd have, like, Bloody Roar, maybe? I remember there was a fighting game and this dude was just smoking people. It's just one of the stupidest fucking memories I have. But, like, I stepped up and just, like, mowed this dude down. Like, fighting games were just my specialty. So Street Fighter 4 came out, and I was like, yeah, here we go. I'm going to kick ass at it. And fuck that. Because, like, so much time had gone by, and I've never... Like, I can do Tekken 3 still, but, like, nowhere near what I could do when, like, that's all I
There it
fucking
is.
did. Yeah, and like I never even played Bloody Roar. I just was like, oh, let me try it, and I beat this
stay
dude, and I'm
put.
just like,
Not
Huh.
going anywhere.
But yeah, like fighting, I used to love, like fighting and sports games were my fucking thing. You can climb the chain, dude. Don't be fucking lazy. I know you got a flamethrower on your back, but like, come on. So what are you gonna do, Jolium? What are you going to do? Nathan Drake is better than Joel? Nathan Drake is more athletic. Do we count WWE games as fighting games? I count WWE games as sports games. Because they're more sports sim. Look at you. They're more sports sim than they are anything else. I don't think they meet the criteria that fighting games meet, where it's about like stringing combos together and like 2D, you know, like side scrolling stuff. I know like that negates a handful of games, but like it's one of those where I look at those as more like, if I had to break them out for Game of the Year awards, right? Like that would be sports game of the year. Would be where I'd put like the WWE games or like Fire Pro. Joel, buddy, you're gonna drown. We're about to have our first drowning death here, everybody. Welcome. You made it. Ooh. Thought I was gonna have to break out the Sonic Lack of Oxygen song. Not that I have that ready. I would have to do it with my mouth. You get that air bubble at the last second. And then from there, it's whatever water level you want to throw on there. For me, it'd be a chemical plant. I did briefly go Casino Night, but the Casino Night doesn't have any water. I don't know why. Like that's where I went with it in my head. I was like, dun 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 dun, you know. But like, chemical plant would be where I'd go because that's the most stressful. Clearly, it's chemical plant. I kind of just got caught up in all that. Forgot what I was doing. Favorite level theme from Sonic? Yeah, it's Chemical Plant. I'd say Chemical Plant's first. Hilltop is second. Ice Cap used to be really up there for me, but I don't really know where that sits now. But yeah, Chemical Plant Zone's definitely my favorite. Dude, Green Hill Zone's a classic. But like, I don't know. No, not knocking Green Hill Zone, but that's like, Jesus.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
That to me is also like, I don't know, kind of being like my favorite Led Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven, and it's like, okay, of course it is. But like Green Hill's so good. Like Green Hill is such a good like
Too far.
welcoming.
Can't reach it.
Like that's such a great first level song. WWE isn't a sport. Listen, WWE requires more athleticism. Jesus Christ. Okay, WWE requires more athleticism than any other sport or non-sport on the planet. More than basketball, more than swimming, more than soccer, hockey, baseball, bowling. It doesn't matter. Wrestling requires a heightened sense of athleticism, a heightened sense of aerobics ability. You're watching a human circus perform with light contact sports. It doesn't matter if it's scripted. So is Game of Thrones. It's television. It's entertainment. The outcomes are scripted, and like how the story progresses is scripted, but that's no different than any other television show. What wrestling provides is a sort of athletic breakaway. Like the moves are staged, but the actual bumps are real. Like the shit still hurts. And that's the thing, is when you look at it, it requires so much more athleticism. And whether it is a sport or not, it is sports entertainment, but there is a level of requirement that would be needed of a professionally trained athlete. That is where that is. Story-driven WWE game, the Day of Reckoning series on GameCube. That would be where I'd go with that one. Oh hell yeah, this guy loves wrestling. I've watched wrestling longer than I haven't. I have forgotten more about wrestling than I think some people will ever know. That's not me being braggadocious. That's just me telling a cold hard fucking truth. Hulk Hogan sucks. Is Hulk Hogan on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling? Yeah. No doubt about it. Is Hulk Hogan a bad wrestler? Yeah. No doubt about it. Is he good on the mic? God tier. One of the best to ever do it. Put that fucking ladder back, Joel. It's not necessarily competitive. It's the same as... I see where you're going with it. But if you're looking at the fact that I would pose this question to you like this. I know I could not go out and you could build me a 16 by 16 ring in my backyard. I would not be able to go out and do the shit that they do, just the same as I can't go to the hoops at the church nearby and school LeBron James or something. One, I'm vertically challenged, and that's just that spoilers, I would get my ass kicked. But it's a thing too where a lot of those guys are actual like kind of legit ass kickers, not in like the world class way of like UFC, but like those dudes could fuck some people up.
Just let me go ahead, and you follow my lead.
Okay, right behind you.
They're athletes for sure, but wrestling isn't an actual... No, I didn't say it was. I said sports entertainment. But to deny the athleticism of it, or to not classify it as a sports game, I think it would be inaccurate. Bret Hart is the greatest... Dude, so many people have gotten better since Bret Hart. Bret Hart was good. But if you're actually looking at like the all-around package, you're talking mic work, you're talking... Oh, shit. Oh, well. Can I slam into this? Well, bam! If you're talking like not just in-ring ability, but like ability to like talk on the mic and shit, like... I don't know. Bret Hart's great. Ronda Rousey. You know what? I feel like you may think you're saying some sort of like incendiary shit to me or something like that, but for the short time she did it, Ronda Rousey was fucking awesome at it. Yeah, this is a little frustrating, because like, I'm trying to like salmon fish, I'm trying to move up the downstream, and he's not diving. He's a big dumb idiot. Wasn't she a heel? She alternated. She was definitely more of a tweener. It depended on who she was up against, because they would start putting her up against like fan favorites and stuff like that, and then naturally she would get, a little more of a... Dude, why? Oh my god. This is stupid. Of course something's dumb's needed here. So like they were smart with how they used her, but they also used her, and she was a little more frequent showing up than like Brock was. But like it was the same kind of deal where like if you look at it in an actual fight, who the fuck would beat her, you know? And they treated it that well. I think he just loaded my game. It's not. I'm hitting circle to dive. And he's not diving, he's not dipping, he's not ducking, he's not diving, he's not dodging. Do I need to go like up closer? Because like it's very shallow, and he keeps trying to run up the van. You gotta shimmy across. How the fuck am I supposed to get back up that ventilation? You see what's happening. You're asking me to defy the law of water physics. I just... I see the ventilation too, and I have to shimmy up, like, shimmy across, right? Like, that's what I was trying to do. And... Or is there other... Is there something I'm not seeing? This water defies the law of water physics. Clearly, it's unfair and hates me. This is a wool. This wall is wall. Can you shoot something down? They haven't used that before. I'd be very mad if they did it now. Because, like... Can I run against the water? No. Go all the way to the left. Okay. My left? Like this left? Yes, I see it. The water defies the laws. Go all the way to the left. You guys shimmy the... Literally, I think I just loaded my game until I made the jump. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. Left is wrong. Left is wrong. All right, Joel.
Okay, come on, jump.
First try.
You're gonna catch me?
I got you. See? You didn't even need me.
Let's get the hell off this thing.
What a, like, terrible thing to kind of throw there, though. Like, if you don't make that jump. That was definitely a little problematic. I mean, if that's, like... It's very similar. There was one... I know I called it a perfect game, but there was, like, a light bug or glitch that I found in God of War when I first started playing. I don't hold it against it, but... Oh, shit. Come on, Joel. You got this. Ah. You got that Nathan Drake luck. You got that Naughty Dog luck, son. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. You got this. Oh. Mm. God damn it. You still gonna give me the fucking oxygen meter too? As he gets tossed ashore like this. Come on, bud. You got it. You just need to go a little faster, please, and thank you. Come on, buddy. You got it. You're there. You're there. You're there.
Hands in the air! She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Come on, man.
Remember that punch I told you about a couple weeks ago?
Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about that. They didn't know who you were.
What a great little callback to the beginning,
She's
though.
alright.
You know?
They brought her back. You came all this way. How'd you do it?
It was her. She fought like hell to get here. Maybe it was meant to be.
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
Take me to her.
You don't have to worry about her anymore. We'll take care
I
of her.
worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell do you mean surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where she...
Stop.
Shit.
I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him. Don't waste this gift, Joel.
Get up. I said get up. Come on. Move. I said move. Give me an excuse.
Which way?
What the fuck you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was the operating room? I ain't got time for this.
Where?
Top floor, the far
Jesus, Joel, don't stop. He's already dead. Like, stop. Like, come on, man. Oh, my God. Ah. Okay, so throwing one last thing at me. But before we go, one last thing. Should we? Should we do this? Oh, really? You think you're gonna... Do you see what I'm rolling with? My dude. Where you coming from? Where'd you go? Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah, motherfucker. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Yeah. I mean, new gun, who dis, right? Want some in-game gunnery at me? Oh shit, dude. Timeout. Okay, time in. I clicked the R3 trigger out of habit from other shooting games. And instead I turned on my flashlight. Gotta eat that Band-Aid. That's what I loved about like Mega 64 vids, right? Like they would kind of make you understand how stupid some of the mechanics in some games are. Like just Shenmue in general. Oh shit, son. Couldn't wait? You couldn't wait? I was in the middle of fucking doing something? I was dumb. Joel, you got cocky, son. What are we looking at? There's still one here, right? Prairie dogging somewhere? Ah, jeez. Ah, God. That motherfucker reload any slower. Thank you, thank you. It's like you just know. You just know, like... He's gonna want this, and this one, and this one. Damn it. I like how they was like, what did he throw? Ah. I was hoping that'd do the trick. Oi. Well, that's just a waste of fire. Ah. Trying to flank on your boy, huh? Not today. Also got to world set. I love the slow burn of doggone golfing. I appreciate your dedication to it. Do you think at this rate you could go pro? Like, could you be a pro doggone golfer? Do we got anything? Because, I mean, like, this is a hospital, and I think it'd be rife with medical supplies. And I'm just not, you know, we're not doing well right now. Got 8 Howlin' Ones. Oh, man, look at you. Look at the big clubs on Jake over here. No, he didn't. He did not go down this way. You're full of sh...
Fucking get him!
I have a pipe! I have a pipe! Sir, you are bleeding everywhere. Sir. Oh. I tried. I tried going like Broheim Steamroller with it, but it just didn't work out. So let's sub this up. Oh, fuck me. Hey guys, time out.
I got something over here. Who's over there?
Idiots. Well, that didn't do anything. Oh. 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 It was a bad look. You kidding me? Are you all just immune to being set ablaze? Ah, fuck you. Sir, I saw you drop a gun when you were shot. $576 holes. That's a lot. I can do that too. I can do that too. Oh my god. Also, again, can do. Are you finished? This is the nerve of these people. Can't craft. That's fantastic. Anything in here I can jack before I keep moving forward? I don't think so. That's going to be nice. But health-wise, I think I cleaned this out. And that sucks. It's... They're rage-worthy? Yeah, because, like, they are just... There we go. Some straight fucking bullet sponges sometimes. But at the same time, though, I'm glad I didn't have to unload, like, 1,000 rounds into a dude just so his hat pops off like I do in The Division. But also, that's kind of the nature of those games in, like, Destiny, where they are, like, bullet sponges. But, yeah, some of these, though. As the kids say, who boy, where to start. I'm making a formal petition that hospitals are too big. They should be much smaller. Video game hospitals. Regular hospitals probably should be larger. I thought I saw some more shit I needed to grab. That's a way to do it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. We can creep here, yeah? No, can't creep. Okay, so we got a chive the door open.
All right.
Dun 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 dun. dun, 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 dun. God, no wonder they blocked this room off. Have you seen this shit? It's nuts. Then we got 6, 7, 50. If I can get away, I'll do that. But I'm going to take this 79 with me and craft one of these. Maybe 2. Craft one of these. Get a boom. Snatchness says going around the world. Apparently you're more susceptible if you have blood type A and are more prone to fend it off if you have blood type... Huh. That's interesting. What if you're hypothetically you're 32 and you don't know your blood type? Again, hypothetical. Just spitball 'em. I'm asking for the people who may be in their early 30s and don't know their blood type. Because there might be 1 or 3. Yeah, I like how he's just like, hi. Joel, baby. Creepy creep, sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak. Okay, I was saying that sounded like a grenade launcher, and I was frightened. I was like, there has not been one of those. Whoopsie. You're fucking kidding me. It's the illusion of unloading. That's not gonna do anything. Everyone's favorite Twisted Sister song. That's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna do anything. What the hell? Shit. That's not gonna do anything at all. Look at this little yurtle. About to wear a girdle. Sorry, your tail. Your boys died in a soundproof death chamber. Courtesy of me, Joel. And now I have time to craft things. Because I don't respect you. Home dude. Come on. Snack. Snacky snack snacks. What? Are you? The fucking nerve on some people. Why wouldn't you play this game on easy? Jesus Christ.
Oh, smuggler! He's in here!
Oh, I fucking shot your hat off like it's Sega Master System's Gangster Town. That's a reference nobody else got but me. As far as the toughest in the game as it should be. Yeah, I get that, but also like... What? Are you quite finished? I just opened up a straight fucking murder lab on you people in this hospital. I'm gonna go get my bomb back. That thing was a nothing. Get this gone. Shorty is more effective, but as it lays there smoking, just like, it can go back in my pocket. I love that the Fireflies are like, should we do anything with the hospital? Like, no, spray paint our logo on it.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor? What are you doing in here?
Oh, fuck.
I won't let you take it.
Oh, Jesus. So, like...
Come on, baby girl.
The baby girl thing.
I got you. Oh, shit. Shit. I'm getting you out of here, girl. I got you. I got you.
I'm sorry, but running with her and her flopping around like that is kind of funny. I know this is a really emotional time.
Which way?
Oh.
No! Let go of her! Let go of her! No! Come on.
I didn't know there was still, like, some sneaking to do.
Tell me which way.
I guess that's on me.
We're okay.
God.
We're okay.
Yeah, this is...
I said get back! Hey, stop! Hey!
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the Fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither. They've actually
They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go. Please.
You just come after her.
Well, looks like we're walking. Should be a straight shot through here.
All right.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. Now watch your head going through.
Got it.
Oh. Feeling my age now. Don't think I ever told you, but Sarah and I used to take hikes like this.
Joel's the bad guy.
I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked her. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I would have.
Oh. Down there.
Did you go through Pittsburgh for nothing?
A little bit further now.
Ah.
Here, I got you.
But it's not his daughter.
All right, come on.
Hey, wait.
I get it though.
Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten?
I get it.
I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
It's a moral
Her name
gray.
was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear
but
to
it's-
me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pour myself a drink. Do we want to have like an in-depth discussion about The Last of Us and like all of this stuff? So, I'm gonna leave you guys with some levity while I pee. Just to kind of lighten the mood, get us ready, and yeah, just hang tight, and I will be back. In the meantime, please enjoy the singing of John Dacre.
This has been a nice time for me. This year I have made 55 years teaching in this town, and for the students on this show tonight, go to the First United Methodist Church. That includes me. I go to First United Methodist Church. Reverend Jones, Bill Jones, opened our show last time, and he's not here tonight. So John Dacre's here. Bob Spencer, Michelle Casey, and I all go to First United Methodist Church. So John is going to sing a song that's very popular nowadays, and it's Christ the Lord is risen today, and he's going to do Amora too, okay?
My name is John Dacre. Lord is risen today, hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, hallelujah. It's your voice in triumph's high, hallelujah. It's your voice in when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. What? It's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-ling, ting-a-ling-ling, as a bell ring, more. Amore. You're in love when you know that you feel some more to me, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore.
Hey, that actually timed out really well. It was totally unintentional. So we have finished The Last of Us. Just now, literally, like, I can show you the credits. I actually had to pause them because I didn't know if there was something afterwards. But the credits are rolling. There they are. I'm going to mention Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's coming up. But, whew. I'll just let this play behind in the background for the time being. So I stand by my statement in that characters 10 out of 10, story fucking 10 out of 10, acting, technical accomplishment, all that stuff. I want to get into what I didn't like about it just kind of first off here. And a lot of that being just the overall gameplay of it, and that's coming from someone who is playing it on easy and everything like that. Having played the first few hours on, I think it was normal, there's a difficulty curve that like I'm just not there for, and then having to kind of play a game that is so, I don't even want to say enemy dense, but like you have to go through like pretty sizable areas where there are like ones you have to like mow through and everything like that, and I never felt like the way I like to play. I could never get a handle on the correct style of way to play that game, like whether it's a mix of like sneaking, stealth, using supplies, and like bricks and bottles to have distractions and things like that. Like that never clicked with me, and I always play stuff like that super conservatively. So it led me to not want to like fire a lot of bullets, and then like, you know, I could never, like I said, I could never get that, you know, kind of tied down. Moving it to easy and everything, that making the supplies a bit more bountiful and things like that made it a little easier for me. I do want to take a quick second and shout out just the most important people in this game outside of the developers, but like Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker for their jobs as Ellie and Joel. Like, absolutely amazing performances from them. Again, Naughty Dog, I think this is Naughty Dog's strongest story, hands down. Just from, stem to stern, this is their strongest, best show. I had no idea that was Nolan North as David. I didn't pick up on that. Like, this was arguably their best showing. I can see where it gets divisive at the end with all of a sudden, like, you're doing that thing and, like, if you're like me and you kind of play a game how you would, like, as a character, like, you would do the things that, like, you would do, you kind of get to that one spot at the end, right, where you aren't getting to have that agency and make that decision. So you've got immediately, and I think there's a quick second where I got snapped out of it, where I was just like, oh, fuck, that's right, this is Naughty Dog's game. This isn't mine. This isn't my Walking Dead. This isn't my Mass Effect. Like, this is Naughty Dog's Last of Us. And this is not my decision to make. The second you go in, you see the 3 doctors and the, how much ammo and health you have left pops up. I can see where people can get mad about that, but it's a game they left open for, obviously, the sequel that's coming in a couple months, that I think at the time didn't feel like it needed it. That this game felt definitive. This game felt like it could end, and this is the ending I think that it needed, because as it was said in the chat, that, would you save your daughter or would you save the world kind of thing. It's that sort of Life is Strange decision you have to make, where it's like save the city or save your one friend. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's apples and oranges when you're comparing, I think, Last of Us and Uncharted. So emotionally, sure, yeah, but I think this told a very, very mature story, a very emotional story. I think this is that game that not only can be categorically a 10 out of 10, but it's 10 out of 10 while also setting a bar for how a story can be told in a game. In the same way Uncharted kind of redefined a genre, I think Last of Us redefined in 2013 that you can tell this beautiful narrative and still put it in through a technical masterclass. And I think you see that kind of resonating with, God of War in 2018. That's kind of, for me, like, that for me is the bar, right? Not just for Sony first parties, but just for video games in general. You saw it with Horizon, where you can tell this super intricate narrative and you can get as deep with it as you want, but it's still about the world. It's about the characters and things like that too. Like I said, I think the game just gets hung up on the lack of genre specificity. And I think that's something you can find a balance on. I think the swimming definitely was a drawback, but they're all small. They're all small complaints outside of me just personally not liking how the game itself plays. Is it a 10? Is it a 10? You could make the case that, yeah, like I totally see why this is a 10, why this is a game of the generation for the PS3 360 era, why this deserved the remaster, why this deserves the sequel, why it's so hyped, But there's a lot, to look past. And for me, if you're unfamiliar, when I say 10 out of 10, I don't mean is it perfect. Like, is it a masterpiece? Does it redefine what it does? Does it accomplish things that you don't see in games? Does it push the needle in a way, in a new way, right? So yes. If not, like, I don't want to sit there and like be that guy that's like, it's a 9.9, but like, if it's not a 10, it's like a 9.7 to like a 9.999 repeating. It's like right there. It's just, it wasn't a 10 for me when I was playing it on normal. Once I was able to kind of like make those like acquiesce a little bit to my inability and make those concessions and scale it to like the kind of game I would want to play, undoubtedly a 10. It's a masterpiece. But as a whole, like, you know, jumping in on normal, like there's that difficulty there, and I think that difficulty is necessary. It is of necessity to really kind of paint and define that broken world that it is, you know, that it exists in, that struggle, and like that, you know, the grit that it requires to survive in something like this America that's in this game. So like once I scaled it appropriately for me, like, yeah, I was guns blazing. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. But yeah, I mean, it was well paced. It's a thing. This is a thing I've talked about, you know, in private with people when I talk about like post-apocalyptic stuff. And I think post-apocalyptic and horror are two of the hardest things to write, because you can write and write and write and write and write and have this gorgeous universe in this world, or like, you know, these scares and these monsters, or however you want to do it. And I'm using those two as examples because this is kind of like that intersection of that Venn diagram between horror and apocalypse or post-apocalypse. It's looking at it in that you paint this narrative and it eventually kind of gets hard to paint yourself out of. You know, like it's hard to resolve in a satisfactory way. And I think that turn at the end where, yeah, Joel makes the right call to Joel. Joel doesn't necessarily make the right call to the player. Joel makes the morally ambiguous gray decision. He makes the tough call. He makes a decision for Ellie that's for Joel, you know? And it's, I don't know, it opens up this whole Pandora's box, right, with a sequel where it's like, okay, like, where does this go? Like, you know, you look at the time and what's going to elapse, like, what's that relationship going to be like, you know? It's older, we're deeper into this, they're more used to it, it's still like, you know, this is just the way the world is, and this is all she knows. But it's that decision where it's like, will that be a decision Joel lives to regret, right? Like, is that going to blow up in his face, like making a call that he feel it's a gut call, you know? It's a gut and heart call, and those are only right to the person that's making them. So I loved that. I loved that sort of like almost moral bleakness to it. What a fucking game. What a story. It was a little meaty. I mean, if we're getting into the stuff I didn't like, I don't know a better opening to a game. Long message about hypothetical situation. If they did go ahead and kill Ellie, I've thought on that. Yeah, you know. And then like, where's this going to take the second game, right? Like, knowing that there is one. You know, I'm privy to having played this after knowing that a sequel exists. I'm not sitting there like, ooh, but what if? So if the Fireflies got the vaccine, what would happen? The military is in charge of the survivor population, as in direct conflict with the Fireflies. How in the hell does a vaccine even work? Military has scanners too, which can detect the fungus. How are these? Right. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. And that's where I'm kind of like, give me a book series. Give me a novelization. Give me a prequel. Give me like... give me a Last of Us expanded universe in the same level and depth and breadth that I want a Horizon one. And I know I'm sitting here being like, I want this, but like, no, I want more Horizon. Like, I want more on my plate from that. I want more on my plate from The Last of Us in a way that I don't from God of War. You know, and I think that's something like God of War has opened up this whole, and I think a lot of it is having been an established IP, but it told one of the best stories in games, one of the most emotionally resonant, like hit me at my core, you know, level of stories just for me personally. But if they were like, they can go anywhere with that, You know, there's lore, there's stuff like that established. They can take that anywhere. If you're brush up on Norse mythology, they can take that shit anywhere. And then, but like with a new IP like Horizon and Last of Us, like to give you something new, to give you something you've not had, and at the end of it, leave you going, I want more of that, is one thing. But to be like, I want more of that from all angles, like I said, like prequel, comics, novels, like fucking whatever. Like I want the whole shebang of all of that. So it's a great world that Naughty Dog's built, and a great IP just to have. Another thing that just, you know, it bolsters what PlayStation has, and like, you know, what you love about these exclusives. This is an all-time great game. And it's one of those weird things where I'm like, it's an all-time great game, but is it a 10? And I think you almost have to, just from story and like pace and like how it brings you through it and everything like that. It's, man, fire. Yeah, no, right. It's that thing where you take that sort of almost hokiness to it, right? Of like, in the apocalypse, and like, well, they're not, I know they're not zombies, they're clickers, but it's like that thing where it's like, oh, the humans are the real bad guys. And you're just kind of, yeah, fucking no. But like, when you just have gray on gray on gray on gray on gray on gray, and it's just that layer of you know, moral ambiguity, you're stuck going like, okay, there is no right, there is no wrong, there's just, who am I? How do I survive? And that's it. Like, there is no greater good. There is no anything like, and it's that there's no high ground, right? There's no moral high ground. And I think as people, we'd like to think that, you know, especially when we don't have that agency to like do like a Mass Effect where it's like, yeah, you're just a dick the whole time, but at the end of the game, you're a dick that saves the universe. With this, you're just like, oh, I'm this guy who cares about this little girl. I'm this guy who lost his daughter at the beginning of this. He has like a second chance at being a dad indirectly, and you know, he's learning, and this is the only world she knows, and he knows what it's like. But like, you strip all that away, and there's no color, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's, again, it's who am I, how do I survive, and what am I doing for me? And I think you go through this game kind of thinking maybe Joel's kind of a dick, but like you get it, like you understand like why he's kind of this like detached asshole. But then you see him grow, and he becomes attached, and you know, he loves Ellie like this daughter, and then you get the first baby girl part in the winter, and then you get it again at the end, and you're like, wow, yeah, wow, like, okay, yeah, you know, I get it. But it's also that thing where it's like, fuck, man, like, oh, it's a lot. It really, it hits home. You think she knows that he lied? Yeah, I do too. It's just, one thing I think I really love, like, you know, if we're distilling this down as I go long in the tooth talking about this, the one thing I really love about this is its ability to nail down humanity in a time like this, where it is like, yeah, no one is better than anyone else. There are worse people, and in that regard, they're better, but the altruistic, the good, like the cream of the crop of the good, they're gone. They died probably because of how they were and who they were, and they didn't get hardened up. You know, they didn't toughen up for this shit. And you kind of sit there thinking like, yeah, Joel's getting better, Joel's rising above this, and at the end it's like, no, Joel is a fucking human like anybody else, good or bad. He's Joel, and that's just who he is, and you don't get a say in that. And I really think that that's a really awesome move to go. Last of Us HBO series might be coming out at a perfect time, right? I mean, it's got to get started first, but yeah, that'd be great. I think they've got the right people behind that too, with Druckmann, and I can never think of the guy from Chernobyl. You know, I think it really lends itself to an HBO series. I don't think it didn't need to be a movie. I don't think you could tell this in a movie. I really think you can really nail down Craig Mazin. Thank you. I think you can nail this down in a series better than you can in a movie because you could take more time. You know, phone will load video feed at work. Gonna give you a host. I appreciate it, Dark Shadow. You have a good evening. It's. I think it's gonna lend itself better to an HBO series than it will anything else. Yeah, what an absolute accomplishment this whole game is. Pittsburgh sucks, but you know, what can you do? I think let's see, so it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna see who's online right now, because I want to toss you to somebody good. Okay, I know who we're doing. Hold on. Let's see. Don't go anywhere, because I think you'll really like this guy. With HBO 2, you know that nothing will be right. Like they're not stuck to like A&E parameters. You know, who I think would also have done a great job. They're gonna get to do their thing the way they want to do their thing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna probably hit the hay. We're gonna toss it to one of the nicest dudes that I've met in the process of doing this stuff. We're gonna be going to Snowbike Mike. So y'all have a great night. I love you all so much. I'm gonna give you this for the road real quick, just because I think you deserve it.
Bang! Hit it, Joe!